All right. So you mentioned the blind man. Actually, I was able to get them here.
Oh, okay.
So
For the past like three
I
times, it's
know.
been, occasionally sometimes they go through, sometimes they don't.
hmm
So always a toss up there.
Jungle heavy lock pull so far.
Yeah, well, obviously we see the Wild Soul Moon Queen as well from Stay Green. That's pretty much their go-to locks every single game. They're just very confident in drafting around it, very confident in not getting outdrafted
hmm
when they pull that. Rally's still available along with other heavy hitters like Pebbles, Fade, Master of Arms. I'm looking at uh, Engineer,
hmm
Wretched Hag, I suppose. That pretty much takes out most of the
Options here.
common major picks
Yeah.
right now coming out from both sides.
Bubbles Pharaoh to follow up from Complexity, actually, as far as their couple of picks. Love to run that Bubbles, and Pharaoh, of course, a solid counter to somebody like a Tempest, perhaps, if it comes down to it. And then the Glacius lock to finish things off, so, he could be considered to be decent against something like a Parasite. Or
Yeah,
Ophelia, who's banned, though.
Ophelia is banned. I'm curious what this will leave them to do regarding Master of Arms and Rally being in this pool.
hmm Again, both of these teams do have the even recent history against one another, facing off in both the first GSL qualifiers, the grand finals of last cycle, which they actually played in they played twice in last cycle for that matter. I forgot to mention that. Of course, the Complexity won the first time, which is how they got there from the winners bracket. When they played in the semifinals, they won 2-1. But then State Green had the last laugh, you could say, in the last cycle. So, banning phase wrapping up there. Fade, Tundra, and Amphora, Zephyr, Torture, and Engineer is how the banning phase is looking. So first pick, B-Kid here. Pebbles on the board. That's definitely what stands out to me right away.
Yeah, Pebbles on the board. Sigrian's fully aware. They're also looking at the Rally and Master of Arms, so there it is. Figures just a little bit more flexibility there. Also
Mhm.
counters some Pebbles' effectiveness with that shield. That being said, a Luna plus Burst Hero like Pebbles is still available. We talk about the free codex or wherever it is, no matter where you are on the map.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not no matter where you are, but as long as you're in reasonable distance, it's pretty much guaranteed to get set off there.
hmm
Uh, Pebbles Rally, a combination, Pebbles Rally Magnus in particular, a combination we like to see Stay Green put out, but they wouldn't be able to grab their support hero out of this pool if they ran something like that. So maybe a little bit less likely.
Yeah. We'll see how Swinamelons decides to respond here. Of course, something like that Rally, as you're mentioning. Something that they do like to run, the Pebbles, but the support options there.
And the Luna is very enticing as well.
hmm
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes the most sense because honestly, if they were to leave it to the lock pool to grab their support, they could risk Complexity snagging it. Not that they would, because then you could get Keeper Tempested. But if it's screwed over the lineup, it's possible
Yeah.
always. Yeah, just better to grab that Luna right now though, and then that opens up the door for a Rally or a Magnus here, being played in that Suicide. Okay, I'm assuming we'll see.
Andromeda.
Mm, actually, they don't. Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah. Not so sure anymore. Andromeda Rally.
Yeah, Richard Hagg's still on the board. There's other suicides in that pool. When you look at the lock pool, I mean, if they're grabbing one of the junglers, you also see heroes like Bubbles and Pharaoh on the board. So it just sort of depends what direction they want to take it. I mean, of course, Bubbles is a versatile laner. If you wanted to, you could even, lay him safe or mid. So,
All right. So, again, putting some thought into this one here. His Swinamelons even starting to use up that extra time now. As far as his final regular pick goes into that lock pool. Obviously, thinking a step ahead on top of that. So,
I mean, even if they grab Magnus, though, they could always put that in a safe lane solo as well. It's not like he's not versatile as far as laning options are
yeah.
concerned. A little bit less late game insurance though if they do that. They are kind of all in at that point, which a couple defensive picks there in Master of Arms and Rally and the Andromeda actually. A lot of defensive picks coming out. All of those heroes having huge potential for turnaround if the Hag is going to be picked up.
Yeah. We just want to go with the Hag option here.
Yeah.
Maybe for that short lane in the end. So, back
Yeah.
over to Complexity. Keeper. No big shocker there. State Green go the Parasite. No, they're going to go. Okay, they go both. Yeah, the Tempest and the Parasite here.
Parasite.
Interesting. Okay.
Pharaoh.
Well,
Pharaoh.
you know, the Wretched Hag, I sort of like that over going to Magnus. It's a little bit less all-in, still gives them a little bit of late-game insurance if they want to go at Wretched Hag, and her buddy Pebbles there can still definitely scale quite well. That being said, a lot of times I feel like Stay Green manages to get the upper hand in this draft, and looking at this game, I don't get that vibe. I feel like Complexity did a really good job drafting.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the perceptive picks of Pharaoh and Andromeda, the Andromeda pick, being picked up ahead of time to sort of give another counter to this Tempest, allowing Keeper of the Forest to really initiate in those fights if he needs to, along with Pharaoh. I mean, both those heroes now don't have to sit back and hold their ulti. They have a very sound initiation, which is always good when you're going against the Pebbles. Tons of counter potential with Master of Arms against the Burst. I really like how they put together this team.
That's what really stands out to me, the counter potential here for Complexity, specifically against that of State Green, as you were mentioning, with the Andromeda, the Pharaoh, the Master of Arms especially. So that's something I'm sure Complexity is going to take a lot of advantage of. You see off the bat here as how they're setting up currently, of course, just more so protecting here, maybe trying to catch somebody placing that ward of sight, but State Green, they are sending Parasite, Pebbles, and a Luna to the bottom lane. So definitely some pseudo-tri-lane action going to be coming out. Tempest being played by Keizu here looks like he's going to end up going mid. And then Wretched Hag going to be in that short lane. So the good old Tempest mid, we've been seeing more and more of this lately when he's picked up. Talk about a versatile laning hero, man. I mean, from suicide to mid to jungle. And a great thing about a game like this where there's no jungler okay, never mind, there is a jungler, so I mean, that kind of goes out. But the point being, we've seen it where he doesn't have a jungle partner. He still goes the laning phase. And he can then go to the jungle, kind of adapt to that if need be. But
yeah, no, it's nice though. I mean, Luna and Parasite can put out a lot of aggressive roam together. You know, if actually, yeah, Keeper of the Forest, as we talked about, is going to the woods this game. So with a Parasite down there, with an Luna to roam on as well, he might be forced to switch to the other side, and they can just really take advantage of this and control the mid and bottom lane with their setup.
You see Rise there again, using that animated tree, pulling it all the way back near the well right there, and then going back. So. Yeah, this laning phase is going to be very interesting, actually. Expect some good aggression, to say the least, here.
Ooh, look what Chessie did right there, too. Instead of starting out with boots in the enemy jungle, just more sustainability from the start. Straight up going Chalice.
Wow. Huh. Interesting.
Okay. I've seen Franzi do this a lot whenever he's up against a Parasite or Ophelia, things like that. He'll body block the camps. Creates a little bit of pressure. Meanwhile, great positioning coming out from Luna. Looks like he might get in range to land the Monoburn, and they're off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, Franzi nearly dying right there even. That was very close as far as the heroes that they got. Maybe a Skeleton King might have been more efficient, but other than that, the Monoburn definitely did quite a bit right there in terms of the damage presence even. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, and considering he just body blocked the camp, I mean... Oh. What? What happened here at the minute mark? Is that...
What's up?
The creep camp didn't spawn again? Did I miss something? Did he send a tree over? Or
oh, I'm not sure. I didn't catch that, actually.
I might have missed the ward placement. No. Okay, I'll have to see.
This ward doesn't block it, so yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I looked away for a second. Have to keep my eye open. Keeper of the Forest. Meanwhile, I'm not going to get the best of farm there. The camp already partially cleared out. I mean... See if he's in stack this year. He should, unless something screws up. And Parasite back to his own woods. I would like to see him rotate ultimately back down there, but for the time being, he should definitely get some levels.
Yeah, God, look at Franzi here. He's still just kind of roaming around. Okay, he picks up a rev. Again, as long as you get it, especially before that 3-minute mark, that's the key. So he is going to be heading over here now to go ahead and counter the pole cam most likely. Unless, does he think there's a ward over here? No, yeah,
he's just probably just, yeah, no, he's gonna scout that. Well, yeah.
Nothing.
Poor guy. Not only did he have the rough start getting harassed back, he also just invested into a, counter ward. No go there, wasted time, and meanwhile, Master of Arms is sitting on, trying to hang on for his dear life. And now going up a little bit under-leveled against this Pebbles lane.
Haxrin only 3-1, of course, to start on the Master of Arms. It's been a very difficult laning situation. On the other hand, you have Swinamelons on Pebbles, 14 and 13, actually running into the level 1 Andromeda right here. Power throw on top of the combo, and down goes Andromeda.
Oh.
Franzi's life difficult. Oh yeah, top lane. Wow, yeah, Pharaoh gets taken out. Hag and Parasite.
Chessie, I mean, okay, a lot of harass obviously coming out here from the Wretched Hag. Level 2 HoN, pounding in the auto attacks. Pharaoh gets down to about 2/3, half health. He's backing up a little bit. In comes Wild Hunter Parasite, cuts him off, and he's like, sorry, Moon. Feel kind of bad about that.
Yeah.
Here's a sad face.
Well played, well played.
Yeah.
So 2-0 start just like that for Stay Green, really right off the bat here. Again, even going more so to the laning phase, already working pretty good it seems like for the most part. The middle lane, the only one that, well, I mean Tempest is actually having a pretty good time here in the middle lane. The 14-6 compared to the 14-4 rally. Obviously Andromeda's kind of roamed over to make it more of a 2 versus 1 lane here. But Tempest, again, he's already able to get the early bottle. He's actually sending an illusion top here to go ahead and protect the top rune to spawn. At least get some vision there.
And Wild Hunter number 2 able to move up onto Moon Meander here if he so chooses. Sneaking past this ward. I don't know if they're gonna. He's got to get back, man. He should know there's another Wild Hunter. Oh no.
He's in trouble. There's the HoN. Here comes the Wild Hunter. Opens up. The Leech comes out. Chessie just doing the hero blocking now. Hellfire going to be used, of course, from Pharaoh. But good job by Chessie right here doing the hero blocking. Finally going to wear off. Blink in, though, aggressive from Hag. Nice mummy walls from Moon Meander. And that actually will be the big difference maker right there. So good patience really coming out from Moon. Didn't panic and use the mummy walls right away by any means.
Yeah, he didn't have the mana for Sonar Scream, and actually, right there, it really sucked for him because he used his 60 mana to flash in. Got mana burn from the walls as well, so now he's a little bit sapped. So yeah, well played by Moon. Better hope another Wild Hunter doesn't spawn for Chessie, because if so, it's gonna be pain.
God, Swindlemelon's farm though down here, 31-19 on top of the Bloodlust kill, of course. 440 gold per minute already. He is having a very good time. It's got to be, again, near perfect as far as the creep score goes as well. When you look at that. So already finishing the Steam Boots. Another 800 gold just about saved up. I mean, we usually see Swindle especially go for the build-up, you know, something like that power supply, if not even a bottle here. But
I like to talk about it every time I see a passive Keeper Forest, and that's like, I think you should man up against it. I think you should man up against it. I think you should man up against it, especially with aggressive junglers, aggressive dual lanes with kill potential, a lot like this Pebbles. Obviously, once he hits 6, like now they have to be a little bit more careful, but they have warding up, and if they're careful, they should be fine.
yeah. All right, Master of Arms again. He's just playing very passive down here. Nothing he can do. He's not really an escape hero. He is a very, very susceptible hero to getting taken out here if he gets in range. So only the 7 creep kills from Haxer, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's even using the Forked Lightning to assist with the creep kills. Just staying as far as possible. Pebbles going for a dive right here. Oh, he went for the Forked Lightning. Stalagmites do connect. Swindlemelon's going in, has the chuck to use. A Luna there as well with the stun. And down goes Master of Arms. The brother of Z-Freak and Swindlemelon's just too powerful for him. You got a level 6 Keeper of the Forest running in though, and actually Pebbles is in a lot of trouble right here. He has to go back. He got blocked by the trees right there. The tower doing plenty of damage. He's going to try to skirt around. It's not going to be enough though. So, oh, maybe it is actually.
He's got the root.
Wow, barely. Look at Luna! The hero blocking from his brother right there. Oh, big plays by Z-Freak.
Kill Luna here?
Okay, there's the root though. Yes, he will kill the Luna. Oh my god! Oh, the health potion coming out. Z-Freak making the big plays. A spot for the trees, but Z-Freak won't live. That was an insane escape by both Pebbles and a Luna. Holy crap.
Oh, man. You know, Swindlemelons, he didn't have vision of the Keeper, but I was like, why isn't he just running back right now? Why is he going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? And it's like, uh-oh. Still a huge plays from his brother Z-Freak there. The body block was nothing short of gigantic, allowing Swindlemelons to live. And then, oh, man, last second, just everything about it was just played to perfection.
Yeah. The body blocking, that was beautiful from Z-Freak.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that had to be so frustrating for Riser as a player, man. You just seeing Pebbles so close to death, you think you have it, then all of a sudden you just can't get to him because of the pathing. And just a great play from Z-Freak, and then just the stun at the. I mean, that was ridiculous. You thought for sure it was at least going to be killing him. Anyway, Swindlemelon's Moon Meander comes and says, "Get out of this, bitch." The chuck happens, but Pebbles won't be successful this time. That on top of Master of Arms and the goo. This time gets the kill. So good job from Farrell setting up a kill right away as he gets that level 6 mark at least. And on the correct hero for sure.
Right, taking advantage of the fact that they had the send the Luna back to base, knowing that there is a moment of vulnerability there. And yeah, nice roam coming out, and they're doing exactly what they need to do. Hopefully we'll see some tower pushes coming out from this Keeper of the Forest sooner than later. Otherwise, looks like a fairly evenly matched game. The resources are in favor of SG. They did outplay the laning phase a bit, but nothing overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely entertaining start right here, to say the least. 3-1 hero kill advantage coming out for Stay Green, but again, the good count, or the good kill at least down there for Complexity. And you have Rally being played by B-Kid here. He's looking at a good 330 gold per minute currently. Actually has his Steam Boots and that double damage bottled up here, which he goes ahead and activates actually. So Hag, however, in the meantime, of course, being played by Slicks, 350 gold per minute, applying some decent pressure to the tower now. Andromeda only 4. She is nearby, but not going to be much of a threat for this Wretched Hag, at least by herself. And Hag will continue to farm away with the Steam Boots the teacher. Bottom lane, yeah.
Ultimate back up, and Keeper of the Forest is invisible. Gonna step out of position here with the Luna, man.
Luna's realizing quickly, oh crap, gonna get hero blocked himself. The Mummy Walls goes up. Luna's 100% dead. His Pebble's just running away. Knows there's nothing he could have done right there, and just a good collapse coming out from Complexity there.
And they still have the Wrath of the Pharaoh. They still have the Keeper ultimate. They, could seek to reinitiate here. Maybe go for a tower push. We'll have to see. Master of Arms definitely getting his recovery on. Up to 20 creep kills now, almost at 200 GPM. So recovering a bit from literally not even able to go near the wave at the start of the game.
Pebble's actually roaming to the middle lane here, and I think Stay Green may just be making an adjustment. You got a level 7 Tempest. He's been farming fairly, well, not that great. I mean, only 212 gold per minute, but yeah, definitely a hero that can take over that long lane, especially in this case, just fine. If anything, you can do some Ancients perhaps. Well,
exactly.
I guess they're stacked though, but still, he could definitely do them. And Swinamel's, this will free up a more safe farm for him here in the middle lane now. Still not unkillable safe by any means, but. He's a little bit better. Right as I say that, though, Pharaoh comes in with that Wrath of the Pharaoh. There's the compel from Rally. The seismic slam being attempted. The stun from Lulu, though. The stalagmites on top of the Andromeda's here, but just gets there too late, unfortunately. And Pebbles will once again stay alive, so Beacon just couldn't get off the seismic slam there.
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest as well was lurking in there, trying to get a nice root, but excellent stun timing at the end.
Takes down a Legion tower.
Just coordinating it very well, so they separated their stuns nicely, allowed enough time for Pebbles to just get back and position himself safely.
Andromeda gonna, assist with the team to try to prevent a tower push from happening here, and it looks like Stay Green for now is gonna fall back actually. Not going to force anything. Slick's just continuing to push the top side. 410 gold per minute now. He is well on that way to his first Arcana. Then eventually Hellflower, of course, if that's what he so chooses to do. And that's, as always, a dangerous item to have on a farmed-up Wretched Hag here. So more good news for Stay Green coming out there. Haxerin, though, his farm has recovered, as you were talking about. In fact, going to the side shop, okay, just picked up a Homecoming Stone. But he's got the Steam Boots, has the Mystic Vestments, at least becoming a little bit tankier now against this Pebble specifically, who has had his number at least earlier on. So Pebble's farm in terms of the portal key too definitely is slowing quite a bit. I mean, it's still 366 GPM, so by all means, still be great timing, I'm sure, especially with the items that he got already, the power supply and the bottle. But it definitely was slowed.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not sitting back and let the game just unfold. Early on, it just looked like overwhelmingly in SG's favor. I mean, they won the lanes. Pebbles was absolutely free farming bottom. They have made the rotations necessary. They're doing what it takes. I like when Moonmeander goes Striders on this Pharaoh, by the way, and just is really active in ganking the map, being where he needs to be. I don't see many Pharaohs do that.
Oh, and actually ready to say that Pharaoh goes in on a Pebbles. Keeper of the Forces nearby, has that root ready to go. Good user right there on a Tempest, as well as Pebbles. Tempest is going to ultimate. It will catch several, but Pebbles is already dead. Here comes the Power Throw Chelsea with that Skeleton King. A lot of single target damage coming in, and as here, Wretched Hag joins the party. Bat Blast will finish off Pharaoh, but it ends up being a 1-for-1. Pebbles for the Pharaoh in the end. Everyone else staying alive. So again, decent play right there by both sides, but the 1-for-1, I think Complexity could be at least a little bit happier with that as a result of what took place.
Yeah, if Andromeda manages to hit level 6,
yeah,
could be even do a little bit better next time. Forcing that Tempest ultimate, a much longer cooldown than the Keeper's root. We see there it's about cooldown about half the time, so they can make action happen sooner than later. And if they're quick about it, I mean, Wretched Hag won't even have her Bat Blast.
Speaking of Wretched Hag, going the Sacrificial Stone route here with their first item, actually. So, again, a solid item choice. You got heroes like Rally, especially over here, and Andromeda with the Aurora. Good amount of minus armor coming out and physical damage present, so.
Well, armor's good in almost every game. I mean, it's rare that the spells alone just do all the damage. There's always the follow-up auto attacks, and it's just a nice stat build-up, man.
Yeah, of course, the Grave Locket is definitely popular, and Very good item. Andromeda is in a lot of trouble here. Team for the Master's Call comes out, though. However, the face hug will finish him off. He didn't steal the buff, though, as it had already worn off. Tempest aside. Oh, the stun from Aluna at the last second. Tempest will stay alive. Wrath of the Pharaoh going to be used by Moomy or No Man's Land now. Really wants this kill. He ain't going to get it, however. Stay Green, just too much team support coming into play. And they get the 2-0. Andromeda and Pharaoh for nobody. And now they're going to push here. Pebbles, obviously. 1400 gold now saved up, so he is getting closer and closer to that portal key and going to lead the way in pushing this middle tower now.
Yeah, excellent team backup, and we talked about it before. Didn't come into play that fight, but yeah, the Parasite's ultimate stealing the Master Armor Shield. Just gives him one more way to deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, again, he didn't steal it right there, but
see,
it's very.
I
possible.
wanted Complexity to make their move with their ultimates when they were off cooldown. Before Stay Green had the Tempest Elemental Void up, but they sort of went in without even the Keeper Root up. Not really a fan of that at all.
Not the best timing.
I feel like they should have looked at their window and said, hey, we attack, during this, X and Y, they're not going to be able to do anything about it, or if they do, we're going to have the advantage in that fight.
Chesney getting the very early Codex here. He just finished his Codex. Got the level 1 on that. And Portal Key was just picked up by Pebbles, too. He actually cleared some double stack Ancients. And
right,
Portal Key's
and meanwhile, look what's happening here on the bottom lane. He doesn't have the Portal Key on him yet, and he's pretty low, just opting to get the hell on out.
Yeah. It was an Invis rune and helping to keep him alive in any case, so he is going to be fine. Again, the Portal Key is now being delivered. I was going to say it's still actually in the base, sitting on the courier, but now it is coming out there. Pharaoh's at the bottom lane. He mentioned he went the Strider's build. Obviously, the early Blood Chalice on top of that. So really just wanted to play that I'm going to roam and set up kills for us left and right. And, he's been very active, but only able to get the 3 kills so far overall. 14.5 minutes in. A lot of that goes back to just great team support, obviously. On the Hellborn side, Pharaoh is going to go into Pebbles maybe. Aluna's out of mana. No, it would be silly.
That would be unwise.
Yeah.
Pebbles could sort of chuck him away there, and he'd be deep in their territory.
And he only has level 1 Hellfire. 12 minutes all his damage really right now. So
yeah,
yeah, that would have been pretty ridiculous.
That would have been bad for Mr. Moomy there.
Good thing he didn't listen to me. Wise decision.
Energizer picked up by Haxorn, so yeah, definitely not doing too bad. 260 gold per minute. It seems like Stay Green sort of knows how to deal with this reflexive play though from Complexity.
Yeah, Stay Green again. The last 2 times. Well, I guess not the last 2 times, but again, they defeated them in the grand finals after being down 1-0, and they did dominate that series for the most part, and looking good so far to start here in game number 1 at least against Complexity. But B-Kid still sustainable, 308 gold per minute right now. You got Keeper of the Forest picking it up quite a bit, 310. Ring of Sorcery, the Mystic Vestments, another 1100 gold saved up actually. So. See if maybe that early Portal Key for him is in the books, or in the works really. Keizu, the Tablet of Command finished. So going that route here first.
A lot of people have criticized Complexity lately, saying, oh, they're sort of just cloning Stay Green's lineups. They're, just a reflection of the other teams right now. They're not coming up with anything on their own. But, how many times in HoN's history have we seen other teams sort of set the metagame or bring a new hero to popularity, and then everyone copies it and goes with it?
Tri-Lane was a result of Fnatic doing it. I mean, that whole era was because of one team.
Yeah, other teams did it beforehand. Once Fnatic did it, everyone
realized, yeah.
Yeah, there was that whole thing. There's a tank meta. It spawned from various Euro teams starting off doing it.
But that's just how it works.
It works. And if that's what's going to win you games, you adapt to it. And I think their players can play those heroes fine. People are like, oh, Hexer can't play Deadwood, or Hexer can't do... it's like, no, yes, they can. And they're fine with it. And you play with all win you games. Of course, there's nothing wrong with trying to think of ways to counter it or one step ahead in the drafting phase.
Pebbles jumping and he gets the tower kill, goes into Raleigh right there. Tempest trying to help as well. Mummy Walls go up with a nice tablet command out of the Mummy Walls, and he'll be fine. Tempest actually running back in. Keizu wants an ulti chance. Deep at the Master's Call currently on to Raleigh. Going to last for another 5 seconds. He's going to go for the homecoming, so important. Andromeda going to swap Pebbles out right there. Kind of screwing things up and maybe even helping him. Beautiful bat blast. A level 11 keeper was right there, but the team was already falling back, so he couldn't really do much, even if he rooted. Beautiful execution, though, coming out from Stay Green. They get the 2 hero kills, and now they're going to group up and push this bottom lane, perhaps. As everyone's here? Is Parasite here? Yeah, Parasite is nearby with the Campman champion. So another strong fight coming out for Stay Green there. And the Tempest ultimate wasn't even used.
Yeah, Pretty big. Just a lot of momentum established at this point. It doesn't feel like Legion actually has the damage to kill anybody on the Stay Green side. Like, it seems like Complexity, they'll go into the fights, they might get some guy down to half life, 2/3 health, the backup arrives, the stuns come out, the follow-up, and all of a sudden they're walking away just fine and dandy.
Yeah. So, Stay Green, comfortable spot again. 8,500 gold lead, 4,800 experience lead here in their favor right now. 3,000 gold saved up currently on Wretched Hag, actually, so plenty of gold. Farrell is just sitting here. Again, he really wants to go in, but especially against a Hag, you need to make sure to have the exact follow-up, or she'll just easily blink away. So, not going to take that risk right there. Haxerin definitely going to be a focus here, of course, for Complexity. His top rune is going to be stolen by Farrell right there. Okay.
Moon Meander is a character, man. You saw right there after he hooked in, after he took the rune. Did you see what he did to Slicks?
No, I didn't.
He just put the taunt over his head. Just saying, haha, deal with it.
Gotcha.
That guy, no matter what, man, he just...
That's fun.
He's always got attitude. That's why people love him.
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely a character here. I love him or I hate him. You got the Hellborn team, though. Or I was going to say, that's right. Master of Arms, again. And definitely a lot of focus here going to be put on Master of Arms for Complexity. As far as, making him impactful here, and he is level 11 now. He's got that Mighty Blade pickup. He's starting to bulk up quite a bit more. His damage output still, not up there just yet, but at least working. And as a team right now, Complexity is going to try to push. Remember, Pharaoh Ultimate is still down for another 20 seconds, so they don't have that initiation tool to work with, but they most certainly are going to go apply a lot of pressure here. Keeper chose to go the Astrolabe route, so doesn't have that PK just yet, if he even gets it in this game. Everyone from Stay Green, though, they are going to definitely defend this. Pebbles looking to go in. He has that Soul's Bulwark. Here we go. The poor man's put again on Tempest right there. Jugs him in. Rowley's going to be gone. A Bat Blast coming out. Rowley gets the Demons of Master's coL. He's somehow still alive. He still hasn't compelled. Finally getting it off right there. The root from Keeper of the Force. And Complexity going to try to turn this around. If anything, they're just on the run. How is nobody dead again? Holy crap. Pharaoh goes balls to the wall mode. However, that may set up a kill on him. And yes, it will. So he got caught in the background. Pebbles diving in. Nature's Veil, however, on to Keeper of the Force is going to be fine. I think that will be the getaway chance for the rest of Complexity. So after all of that, it only ends up being a kill onto Pharaoh, actually. That whole crazy fight right there. That was so close. Raleigh barely living.
Moon sort of jumped in there and trying to pick off the Tempest. Tempest had his tablet of command ready, pushed himself out right away, and, then all of a sudden he was in the heart of the enemy team. That fight was pretty funny. I mean, initially, wasn't it Pebbles that chucked in the Tempest? The poor man's portal key, as you mentioned. He's like, I don't want to be in here. Maybe just serving as a bait a little bit, as he instantly retreated after getting tossed in, and then they had the follow-up.
Yeah,
Huge Bat Blast.
Yeah, the Bat Blast. That was well lined up by Slicks right there. Maybe if anything, though, kind of like I said with the bait factor. Of course, Tempest has the tablet, so they figured, check him in the tablet away right away. But
yeah,
it kind of worked that way, I guess.
Okay.
But.
Riser, excellent timing with his route as well. They're guaranteed would have been a lot more of a massacre if he didn't place it as he did.
Oh, yeah. And something was locking down Raleigh big time. He couldn't compel for the longest time. I mean, I think he might have got face-hugged, and that could have been the biggest thing.
Yeah, it wasn't Glacial Blast, right?
I mean, there were stuns there, too, but with Glacial Blast, yeah, you could get in between at least. So, something was locking him down, but he did barely survive right there. As a result of the Demons of Master's coL, especially.
Hellflower finished on Wretched Hag. This is a major point for Stay Green.
Yeah.
Hellflower on Wretched Hag is like not as substantial as, say, a Portal Key on Pebbles, but really the hero's solo pick-off ability becomes that much better. His initiation becomes that much better. Really takes full form after it comes into play.
Well, it makes an item like this Shrunken Head pickup on Master of Arms, that much lesser of an impact. The fact that he could be jumped and get Hellflowered and bursted down without using the Shrunken Head is very possible with an item like that, of course. So. Yeah,
and we always like to talk about, a Portal Key Shrunken Head, Portal Key Hellflower is pretty much good on any hero. Wretched Hag has that built in.
Yep. Obviously making her OP. With the free blink. Tower's being pressured up here as the goo is down from Master of Arms. He needs to be careful, though. He's by himself currently. And again, they do have plenty of jump potential here on the Hellborn side. So. Tower will fall, though. And speaking of jump potential, Chessie on Parasite. He purchases his own portal key now. Astrolabe finished on Tempest, I believe I saw. So more core items being picked up here across the board for Stay Green.
Yeah, would not be surprised to see Complexity ban out that Parasite again. Now, it seems like every time Beacon doesn't ban out Parasite, he comes back to haunting. Just,
yeah, he's
that won't go away, man.
He's talked about banning that, and I've seen him ban it so much here.
Oh, yeah.
Competitive scene.
For a while, it just didn't matter who he was playing against, whatever. He's like, I'm not playing against Parasite, man. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, too. I mean, if there is... Obviously, there's several great Parasite players, Minouts, of course. But Jesse's definitely up there with the best of them. So,
The Hellborn takes down
middle
the
tower
Legion
is going to be dropped right there. Master Farms in a lot of trouble. Speaking of Parasite, he goes in with initiation. There's a follow-up from Pebbles, and it will be enough for the kill. Couldn't get off the Master's call. The support just not there. Haxrin pushing a little bit too much there, and didn't really have the team support to back him up. So Stay Green, as they do, they take full advantage of that, and they'll kind of reset things now. So, good pickoff from Stay Green.
Yeah, no real major cooldowns used. I mean, 20 seconds on phase hug here. They're definitely able to keep up the aggression pretty much non-stop with this lineup. Uh-oh. A little bit of a flank going on here. Looks like they're trying to kill the Wretched Hag. Hag knew something was up, and all of a sudden, I feel like Complexity has to be real careful.
Well, yeah, the team support is very nearby, so if they do initiate, okay, yeah, B-Kid's going to fall back. Not worth it, and for good reason. As they're going back in, actually. Intro. Oh, she blinks right into them. Oh, this is perfect. There's the comments done. The compel, the demoralizing roll. The seismic slam is enough. Oh, the root. Oh, Riser. The root a little bit too late. Here's the counter from Parasite. Picks off Andromeda. Will jet on out of there, just adding insult to injury. He didn't want a root, you could tell, but he was so double guessing himself.
I know, it's the Wretched Hag, though. I mean, she's the highest level on their team. She's the highest gold per minute in the game. Your entire team just set up there waiting for it, and that really
I mean,
sucked.
it's fun. What makes it even funnier, like I said, she blinked into them literally. She was blinked right into them. So it's like, oh, this is perfect, and they still couldn't get it.
And then they were like waiting there with the Keeper's Veil, just. That must have been horrifying for Slicks, but he's got to be laughing right now. I guarantee you he's just having a good time. The entire team must be.
Oh, yeah, they saw the root used as well, so.
And now they know that's a free conk attempt. There's no root up.
Oh, jeez.
There's the concede.
Yeah, clearly Complexity is like, okay, if that's going to be happening, let's just move on to the second game. Something's not connecting here in game number 1, so. Stay Green. That was a dominating victory by Stay Green right there, I'll say. Coming out from them. Well played by them.
Yeah, I'm not another surprising result here. I'm not sure if this is the case, but I heard that Trademark lost game 1 to Team Excellent. They're down. Ooh. They're down 1 game already.
Trademark is down 1-0 to Team Excellent, according to the brackets. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a crazy result.
Game 2. I mean, I'm looking at the lineups. They got a Master, Zephyr, and Ophelia here for Team Excellent. A Pebbles to boot, a very well-rounded lineup. They're rocking a Soul Stealer for Trademark. I mean, this game could go anyway.
Man, the TDM has obviously been they're struggling this cycle, man. Losing a game to Fang in the first round, losing the series to Absolute Legends yesterday, of course, in the second round. Then they've lost the game to Team Excellent. I mean, again, Team X at the same time, they've been a very solid team, as we've even seen lately here on Longcast.
I know they've been putting in a lot of work, and they picked up Probusk, and they're putting in the time, and they really want to get better. Maybe we're seeing the rise of another top team.
That's true. That's true. All right, Emperor, though. For our series, Stay Green versus Complexity. Stay Green, very, very dominating victory there in game number 1, really. And we'll see if Complexity can kind of just get over that and move into game 2. Not really thinking about it too much, because that was definitely an impactful game by Stay Green right there. So, as always, going to take a short break. We'll have more updates for you on top of game number 2. Going to be coming up. Stay Green versus Complexity. Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.